Before we get too far into the lesson, I would love to take this opportunity to share a little bit about the why in my own life. It's been a pretty influential piece of what the last several months have looked like, and I think I've given some indication to each one of you, but as I'm not really able to be present with you in person this weekend, I thought it only fair for me to share some of the vulnerability since we are a team and to let you into a little bit of the story. This concept of it all flows from the why is something that is very directly impacting my day-to-day life, and I've had to journey through some difficult situations, some dark corners, and I'm far from being in the clear, but I am more hopeful than I was even just a few weeks ago. This concept of the why, which we'll dig into here in just a moment, is this idea that it's the currents that influence our lives. It's the movements, the motivations, things that push in from the outer edges into our personality, into our worldview, into our trust versus mistrust of the people around us. There are external forces at work, and unless we take time to acknowledge what those are, we're leading a pretty uninformed life. And I have lived in denial of what a lot of those outer forces were that were pushing in on me. I had this very concrete idea that I was strong enough to do it on my own, that I was absent of the consequences, that I didn't fall into any type of category of stereotypes or statistics because I'm better than that. I've been protected from that, and the reality is I've had to face some pretty difficult realities of my life and who I am and what I've experienced and what those whys are, what those motivators are that are pushing in from the outside. Not to give too much detail, but to kind of help you understand a little bit of where I'm coming from. Many of you know that Germany had recently been on the front burner, the moving forward, hopefully arriving, and unfortunately in these last few months I've had to make the decision to put that on hold, maybe indefinitely. I've unfortunately had to begin reconciling and recognizing some pieces of my past that I had suppressed and ignored for about 20 years now. And as this process began to move forward, I became paralyzed with anxiety and depression over the last few months. And these are the realities of where I'm at. And until I am able to process and heal some of those heart issues, it doesn't make sense for me to be trying to heal and work with other people in a long-term type of way on a foreign country. I'm in a wonderful full-time ministry here in the States. I love my job at the college, and I look forward to what the Lord has here. But I want it to be with the understanding that the mission field, the passion for it, has not died, and it's still there, and hopefully one day I will be able to go, but hopefully one day I will be able to go as a strong and healthy woman who has a perspective of God that is not stirred by fear or hindered by mistrust, and that I can grow into a young woman of God who has been able to resolve some of the issues in her past and reach a place of healthiness that allows me to help the people around me. And so, as much as I don't want to dive into the why, it's a question that's worth asking if it's for the sake of me becoming healthy enough to bring the gospel to other countries and to other nations, and for me to be healthy enough to bring the gospel to the people in my immediate reach. I can't tell you how much I would love to have utilized these last few months to be in relationship with our students and to be ministering to them in special ways. And unfortunately, I've had to spend a great deal of the last 5 months just nurturing and caring for myself and reaching out to other people and asking them to come hold me up in these times that I just haven't been able to do it on my own. And as much as that bothered me at first, I'm really grateful for the fact that I didn't have to go through all of this by myself. And I look forward to what these next few months look like and the healing that's going to come from them. So I hope you know that this discovering of the why is something I'm personally doing, and it's why I'm so excited to share a little bit more about it with you in these next few slides and minutes of the day. So again, I hope you're enjoying your time together, and I look forward to being able to share some of these thoughts with you.